everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I am Nuzhat and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in the GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. In this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. And let me tell you one more thing. If you want the Hindi version of this session, you can refer to our former channel named as GK Today. The link has been given in the description box from where you can reach to. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 5th of March 2022. Since it is a weekend, so we will focus more on revision thing. Fine. Question number 1. What is the new motto of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights? So Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani has launched the new motto of National Commission for Protection of Child Rights on its 17th Foundation Day at Red Fort, New Delhi. And the new motto is Bhavishya Rakshati Rakshit. And the minister also complimented the collaboration between NCPCR, Border Security Force, for the initiative called Sahara, which basically provides psychosocial counseling to the children of BSF Jawans who laid down their lives. Okay. Now apart from it, National Commission of Women received almost 31,000 complaints of crimes against women, and it is a 30% increase from 2020. So half of these complaints were alone from the state Uttar Pradesh. Okay. And there were 3 basic reasons found of these complaints. First was women's right to live with dignity, and the right accounts for emotional abuse to women was exploited. Second was domestic violence, and third was dowry cases. Okay. Now talking about Uttar Pradesh, India's first mobile honey processing van was launched at village Sirora in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, and it was inaugurated by the chairman of KVIC, Mr. Vinay Kumar Saxena. So it can process up to 300 kgs of honey in just 8 hours, and also it comprises of a testing laboratory which would examine the quality of honey. Fine. Also, UP government has declared 4 villages located near the Nepal border in the district as revenue villages. Now, a few days back, UK government has launched an initiative named as Better Health Smoke Free campaign, which highlights the impact of adult smokers on the young people. And the campaign has urged the smokers to quit smoking. Okay. So as per the data released by the campaign, 4.9% of the teenagers whose parents smoke have also adopted this bad habit. Do remember that New Zealand has set the goals to go smoke free by 2030. Okay. Question number 2. What is the name of India's first of the 4 stealth guided missile destroyers under Project 15B? So Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy dedicated the destroyer INS Vishakhapatnam, and it has been named after the city of Destiny. So this is India's first of the 4 stealth guided missile destroyers under this Project 15B. So it has been designed in-house by the Indian Navy's Directorate of Naval Design, and it has 75% indigenous content and was constructed by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited, Mumbai. Now apart from it, the new generation nuclear capable ballistic missile named as Agni-P, where P stands for prime. So this was successfully test fired from the Odisha coast recently. And Agni-P is a 2-stage canisterized solid propellant ballistic missile, and this was the second test of Agni-P missile. And the first test was conducted in the month of June last year. Do remember that this missile has a range of 1000 to 2000 kilometers. Okay. Now Indian Navy had recently conducted its sea trials of its second indigenous stealth destroyer of Project 15B class named as Mormugao. which has been built by Mazagon Dockyard Shipbuilders Limited, and it has been produced to commission the stealth destroyer in mid-2022, and it would add significantly to the Indian Navy's combat capabilities, obviously. Okay. Now recently NASA has released noises captured near Jupiter's moon Ganymede, which is also the largest moon in our solar system. So Ganymede has also its magnetic field, which is not present in other moons of solar system, and also NASA launched the Juno spacecraft, which captured Ganymede's electromagnetic waves. So you have to remember that Ganymede is the moon of Jupiter. Do remember that Hyderabad is scheduled to host the Wings India 2022, which is the flagship biennial exhibition on civil aviation. So it is to be organized from 24th to 27th of March 2022 at Begum Airport in Hyderabad. Fine. Question number 3. Ukraine shares border with how many European Union member states? So Ukraine shares border with 4 European Union member states, which are these: Hungary, Poland, Slovakia and Romania. Okay, so it shares border with Russia to the east and northeast. So Ukraine also shares border with Belarus from north and Moldova to the south. Okay, so European Parliament, after a debate in which the President of Ukraine addressed and received applause, recommended that Ukraine be made an official candidate for EU membership. Fine. So here correct answer is option number D. Now apart from it, the Barents Sea is a marginal sea of the Arctic Ocean located along the northern coast of Norway and Russia. Also it is called as Murman Sea in Russia. Okay. So Russian nuclear submarines sailed off for drills in the Barents Sea, and mobile missile launchers were seen among snow forest in Siberia after President Vladimir Putin ordered his country's nuclear forces put on high alert over the tensions with the West amidst the invasion of Ukraine. Fine. So you can be asked that the Barents Sea, which was seen in the news recently, is located along the coast of which two countries? Remember, it is Russia and Norway. Fine. Now apart from it, Bureau of Energy Efficiency commemorated its 20th Foundation Day by organizing the National Innovative Conclave on Low Carbon Technologies. And Facility for Low Carbon Technology Deployment is a project financed by the Global Environment Facility, and it is implemented by United Nations Industrial Development Organization in association with the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Fine. Now apart from all these things, C-17 Globe Master of the Indian Navy took off for Romania to bring back the Indians under Operation Ganga, and the flights under the operation have also been increased. So 3 more Indian Air Force aircraft are scheduled to visit Poland, Hungary and Romania, and 4 ministers are deployed by the Government of India as a special envoy to oversee the evacuation process of Indian nationals in Ukraine's neighboring countries. Fine. So you can be asked that C-17 Globe Master is the aircraft of which country's naval force? Answer is India. Question number 4. Remove laws that harm, create laws that empower is the theme of which day that is celebrated on 1st of March. So every year the Zero Discrimination Day is observed on 1st of March to celebrate the right of everyone to live a full and productive life with dignity. So this year the theme was remove law that harm, create laws that empower. So this year UNAIDS is highlighting the urgent need to take action against discriminatory laws prevalent across the world. Okay. Now every year 16th of November is celebrated as National Press Day in memory of the foundation of Press Council of India in the year 1966. Today we will revise only, okay? And the leading national daily, The Hindu, has been awarded the Project Siren Award for newspapers in 2021. So this award has been given for consistent high performance on Project Siren's scorecard. Now International Volunteers Day is observed on 5th of December to encourage the role of volunteers at national and international level for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And the theme for 2021 was Volunteer Now for Our Common Future. Then International Migrant Day is observed every year on 18th of December to tackle the problem and challenges of global migration. And the theme for 2021 was Harnessing the Potential of Global Migration. Now, International Day of Persons with Disabilities is marked on 3rd of December, and the day is observed to promote the rights and well-being of the people with disabilities at every level of society and development. Also, Day of Remembrance for all the victims of chemical warfare is observed by United Nations on 30th of November. And this day is marked to pay tribute to the victims of chemical warfare basically, and also this day highlights the pledge taken by Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons to eliminate the threat of chemical warfare. Okay. Now, one very important day, we observe World AIDS Day on 1st of December across the world, and the theme for this year means the theme for 2021 was End Inequalities and AIDS and Pandemic. Okay. Question number 5. National Gender Index and State Energy and Climate Index are the upcoming initiatives of which institution? So, Niti Aayog is in the process of developing a national gender index which will support policy action and advocacy around gender, and it will be aligned to the framework of Sustainable Development Goals. So, Niti Aayog has also developed a draft State Energy and Climate Index to assess the performance of states on various parameters. So, this index will help the states to efficiently manage their energy resources and provide people better access to energy. Okay. So, answer is Niti Aayog. Now, talking about Niti Aayog, it has recently launched its 4th health index, in which Kerala has emerged as the top performer with respect to overall health performance among the larger states, and UP has been ranked at last. So, which were the top 5 states? First is Kerala, then Tamil Nadu, after that Telangana, then Andhra Pradesh, and then Maharashtra. And which were the bottom 3 states? UP, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Now, recently central government has issued the Good Governance Index 2021, and this index has been prepared by Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. In this, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Goa have topped this list. Talking about Northeast, Mizoram performed strongly in commerce and industry, public health, human resource development and economic governance. And in terms of Union Territory, Delhi emerged as the best. Now, apart from it, World Anti-Doping Agency, that is WADA, has published its report on rule violations recently. So, it is very sad to see that India is now among top 3 of the world's biggest doping violators. So, bodybuilding, weightlifting and athletics have majorly contributed to India's this embarrassing record. So, worldwide, Russia has topped this list, means Russia is the country which has violated the norms most. Then it was followed by Italy, then it is India, after that 4th is Brazil and 5th is Iran. So, these are the top 5 countries which have violated the norms most. Fine. Question number 6. Which is the first airline in the world to use sun to liquid fuel? So, Swiss and its parent company have partnered with synthetic fuel group Synhelion to use its solar fuel, and this will make Swiss the first airline in the world to use sun to liquid fuel. So, for this, Synhelion, which is a Switzerland based company, has developed a technology for manufacturing sustainable aviation fuel from renewable energy sources. Okay. Now, apart from it, as per the National Monetization Pipeline, 25 Airport Authority of India airports have been earmarked for asset monetization over the years 2022 to 2025, and AAI has identified Tiruchirappalli International Airport in Tamil Nadu among the 13 airports for operation, management and development of airports through public-private partnership model in public interest and for better management of these airports. But yes, even after bringing these airports under PPP framework, AAI will remain the owner of these airports, and all these airports will revert to Airport Authority of India once the concession period is completely over. Okay. Now do remember, British Airways will become the first airline to use sustainable aviation fuel produced on a commercial scale in the UK after signing an agreement with Phillips 66. So basically, sustainable aviation fuel is a low carbon intensity fuel that can be produced from renewable feedstock such as vegetable oil, fat and greases, and it will be supplied to the British Airways to power many of its flights from early 2022. Also, central government has declared the airport of Srinagar as a major airport under the AERA Act of 2008. Actually, center can designate an airport as a major airport if it has annual passenger traffic of at least 35 lakh people. Question number 7. Which state is the host of National Conclave on Social Enterprises for Garbage-Free Cities? So, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 under the aegis of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs organized a national conclave on social enterprises for garbage-free cities, encouraging women entrepreneurs in waste management. So this conclave was organized in collaboration with the Chhattisgarh government in Raipur. Now talking about Chhattisgarh, Chhattisgarh government has recently launched Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Bhumihin Krishi Majdoor Nyay Yojana, and it is a financial assistance scheme of Chhattisgarh government for landless laborers of rural areas with around 3.55 lakh beneficiaries receiving 2000 rupees each in their bank accounts as the first installment under the plan. Okay. Also, Chhattisgarh has recently implemented One Nation, One Ration Card plan, under which the people of the state can lift their food grains quota from any ration shop across the country. So now with the integration of Chhattisgarh, this plan is now operational in 35 states or union territories, covering almost 96.8% of about 77 crore NSA beneficiaries. So this was announced by the Department of Food and Public Distribution. Then apart from it, Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Mr. Ashok Gehlot, and BCCI President Saurav Ganguly laid the foundation stone of world's third largest cricket stadium in Jaipur. And it will be the second largest cricket stadium in India and third largest in whole world. So which is the world's largest stadium? It is Narendra Modi Stadium, formerly called as Motera Stadium, and it is in Ahmedabad. You have to tell me which is the second largest stadium in whole world. Please let me know in the comments. Already I have told you many a times. Question number 8. Which institution released the State of India's Environment Report 2022? So Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Mr. Bhupendra Yadav, released the Center for Science and Environment Down to Earth Annual State of India's Environment Report 2022. So this was released at the Anil Agarwal Dialogue organized by Delhi-based non-profit Center for Science and Environment. So as per this report, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar are below the national average in 11 and 14 Sustainable Development Goals respectively. Do remember, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Himachal Pradesh were best in Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. Now, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has recently released the State of Forest Report 2021. And the report says that there has been a continuous growth of forest cover in India, in which Telangana has shown the highest increase in forest cover of all the states, and it was then followed by Andhra Pradesh and then Odisha. So which were the states that were in loss? It is basically all the northeastern states, for example, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram and Meghalaya. Fine. And which were the states with highest forest cover? It is MP first of all, then it is followed by Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Maharashtra. Fine. Now let's talk about the crop varieties that we have, means Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. First of all, talking about Kharif crops, they are sown during the monsoon and these crops are harvested at the end of the monsoon season. Examples are paddy, rice, sugarcane, cotton and groundnut. Then talking about Rabi crops, they are sown during the winters and usually they are harvested in either March or April. Examples are mustard, wheat, gram, pea and almond. And Zaid crops are grown during the summers and in between Rabi and Kharif crop seasons. Examples are cucumber and watermelon. Fine. Question number 9. Which is the venue of the 2022 ISSF World Cup? So this year's first ISSF World Cup is being held in the city of Cairo, Egypt. And Indian shooting ace Saurabh Chaudhary won the gold medal in the men's 10-meter air pistol event. Okay, so another Indian player, Isha Singh, bagged the second medal for the country after she won a silver in the women's 10-meter air pistol event. Fine. Now apart from it, the Union government has allowed manufacture and import of machine-made polyester national flags by amending the 2002 Flag Code of India. And the rules earlier permitted only flags made by hand-spun and hand-woven wool or cotton or silk, khadi, bunting. So the import of machine-made flags was banned in the year 2019. So you can be asked that the Union government has allowed manufacturing and import of which type of national flag? Answer is polyester. Now apart from it, Google and Ministry of Electronics and IT Startup Hub released the inaugural batch of 100 Indian startups as part of App Scale Academy. So it is Google's initiative to train early to mid-stage startups across India and support them to grow into global business. And 35% of the cohort come from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. 58% have women in leadership roles. Fine. So do remember that Apple Scale Academy is the initiative of Google. Now coming to the last question, which union ministry launched the Stree Manoraksha project? So the Ministry of Women and Child Development launched the Stree Manoraksha project to improve the mental health of women in India. So this project has been launched in collaboration with the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, and the project would focus on building on capacity building of one-stop centers on how to handle the cases of women who have suffered violence and distress. Now apart from it, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched the Electronic Bill Processing System that was announced in Union Budget 2022-23 on the occasion of 46th Civil Accounts Day. So this move is a part of Ease of Doing Business and Digital India ecosystem. So currently the suppliers of various goods and services to the government have to submit physical ink-signed copies of their bills to the respective ministries, department or offices of the Government of India. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat signing off.